Hi, I'm Brandi.
I'm Stephanie, and this is your weekly dose of BS.
I have been looking forward to this episode for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. We went to a conference a few weeks ago, and we met Brit Madrid, and she is an amazing, I don't even know, what's her title?
Astrologer? I don't know. I mean, I would say... we'll ask her what her exact title is.
I'll tell you. So what she does is she does full astrology charts, and she is going to do an astrology chart for each of us. First of all, she was just such a nice, amazing person when we met her. Did not even realize she had a podcast until we got to talking. So I'm really excited that we are having her on today.
No, me too. And I think she's going to do an amazing job. I just honestly want to figure out, like, if Brandi and I become single at some point in our lives, like say our husbands get together and they accidentally pass away in a tragic accident, if we would be a good match.
Well, we did that one in Thailand, and the guy told you that you weren't going to be murdered.
Yes, I am not going to be
and
murdered.
And then I was still sitting there like, well, you didn't say anything about that to me.
Brandi could be murdered. So maybe I do not want to be with her for very long because there could be something that happens. But yeah, I'm not going to be murdered.
But you
I know
did
that.
tell me that I was going to have 5 kids.
Oh.
And so
my
far,
gosh.
I did have one more.
Yes.
But I can't have any more.
And he said you were going to live by... What did
A
you
main
say?
road.
A main road. Do you now? Did you buy a house by Main Road?
I did, yes.
Oh, my
Wow.
gosh.
Yes.
Well, that means Stephanie won't be murdered.
Yay!
Have y'all ever had an astrology chart reading before?
No.
Do you believe
No,
in like the
so.
astrology stuff?
I mean, I do believe in it. I think that there's definitely some truth to it.
Do y'all
sure.
believe like the Mercury and microwave thing or whatever it's called? Retrograde?
Mercury and Retrograde?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so the only reason I do is because whenever our friend Lori says, don't do anything because Mercury's in retrograde and people act crazy, like that's always my worst week.
Wait, what?
Like my worst
What is
time.
this? I'm so confused.
Mercury and retrograde?
I guess it's like a time where you kind of pause everything and don't make any decisions.
So I know the big thing Lori's always told me
I've
is you do
never
not
heard of that.
You do not sign a contract when Mercury is in retrograde because typically like technology's messing up, people are just like on edge. It's something with the planets. I don't know. We'll have to ask Brit more about this.
Is I just saw something about somebody saying like the world, something's major going to happen in the world because all of these entertainers are canceling their tours and something's wrong with them. And so that is probably an example of it.
That is very
like
there are a
they're
lot
like,
of people canceling.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So it happens a few times a year. I don't know. She will be able to explain it way better than I can. But I just know that I've always been told do
I've
not sign a
never
contract.
heard of that though.
Yep.
Yes.
I need to get out more.
You don't close
Well-
a deal when Mercury's in retrograde.
I think Lori thinks I'm crazy because she's every time Mercury's in retrograde, she's like, don't do anything. I'm like, okay, I don't do
I wouldn't
anything
even
anyway.
know how to. I wouldn't even know how to know. I mean, like I feel like I'm always going.
I don't either.
Google it.
Yeah, have Lori call you every
I'm gonna
time.
need somebody to spell that out for me.
I'll let you know. Trey will let you know.
Mercury's in retrograde.
I did. I called Lori once and I was like, Mercury is definitely in retrograde because shit is hitting the fan. She's like, it's not. That's probably just you. And I was like, oh.
That's just your poor decisions. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Well, so you're like superstitious about that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I feel like I have a little bit of superstition.
Do you
like
tell?
I used to always wear like the same socks whenever I would perform.
Oh.
You know?
Did you wash them in between?
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
okay.
Thank goodness.
I'm like,
We always had a few, nights before the next game.
You know, I didn't believe in like ghosts and stuff until Brandi literally brought one around with her everywhere she went for like a year.
With your phone.
I did, yes.
with your phone.
I had to have somebody come and cleanse the house.
Well, I had to have somebody come cleanse our house whenever we moved in too, because I swear to God, it had a ghost in
It
it.
sure was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was haunted.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could not give that phone away either. Like it looked perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was trapped in there.
Remember, she played it on the she brought it with her once to the podcast, and it would just randomly like make these like little alien noises. Have you actually had your new house saged?
No, but I mean, the walls have just barely gone up. So,
Well, that's fair.
Right before you move in.
yes.
We're gonna have that house
A cleansing.
saged.
I have been.
Yes.
I mean, I do pray over there all the time. And I think I sent y'all a picture, but I've been writing scriptures on the beams and the walls for weeks. Like every time I go over there,
I
I'm
love
like,
that.
I write down a new scripture, and I have them specifically for each room in the house. Like the workout room has a scripture about working out, but always keep it like doing everything. Like
what
the
does the
kitchen.
Bible say about working out?
It does. Here, let me pull it up.
I'm
and tell
actually
you.
very curious. Thou shalt not eat a
Put
lot
the
of
cookie
fried
down,
food.
Stephanie.
Yep.
Love Jesus.
I mean, what does the Bible say about working out? Your physical training is of some value, but godliness has values for all things. I cannot read my own handwriting.
Well, Brandi is very blind.
I am. Your physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promises for both to protect in life and the life to come.
Well, I love that. Okay, so
I got to work out more.
yes.
So anyway, so there's one, like if you go, I mean, you can Google anything these days. So if you don't know the Bible, you can literally look up, like, is there an elephant in the Bible? And it'll tell you how many times that an elephant is talked about in the Bible.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know, have you ever done that? Like been like, oh,
No,
is
I've
that in
never
the
been
Bible?
like, how
I
many
do.
times has an
So I'm
elephant?
very superstitious. Like if I have dreams, I'm like, God's trying to tell me something. So then I Google it, and then sure enough, it'll come to pass. Like literally, Brian, I had a dream the other night about an elephant, and he was like, I want to put an elephant in the room. And so I was like, oh, is this like subliminally trying to tell me something negative, like that there's an elephant in the room? Or does he really want an elephant in the room? So then I looked up elephant, and elephants represent like they're loyal, they're wise, and they're like they mourn their loved ones and their babies when they lose them like no other. Like they go back to the same spot over and over again. Because they can't get over losing their loved ones.
And they bury their loved ones. I found that out in Africa. Yeah, like they're one of the only animals that do.
I very much think your dreams are telling you something.
Yes.
Like, I think that is
I hope
definitely
to
a
God
big.
not.
too.
Stephanie remembers almost all of her dreams. That freaks me out.
I dream vividly, like almost every night, and I hate it because I don't have those like amazing dreams. Like I'm like making out with Ryan Gosling or somebody, Ryan Reynolds. I have like dreams that people are dying. Like I literally like somebody's dead or somebody's like, it's like they're horrifying. I should get a dream interpreter, but I'm kind of nervous that
Well, I think you should get a lot more than a dream interpreter.
a therapist, a lot. But I have a lot of like death dreams, but I'm not dying. It's like other people around me, even people I don't care about. Like
That would scare me though. But and then I would be like, God,
Yeah.
what you trying to tell me?
Have either
Yes.
Brandi or I died in your dreams before?
no,
Oh, gosh.
no. But people like, it's usually people that I don't even really see that often. It's like the most random people.
And how do they die?
Like, okay, the last one I had was a girl that we all know that I'm not going to say her name, but it was like in a like this big car, like this huge SUV, and she is dead, like laying in this SUV, and somebody's driving it. But in my dream, I keep thinking that she's like playing or not playing. It's like almost like I didn't, like she looked dead, but I didn't know she was dead. It was very
Were you like,
horrifying.
girl, get
Oh
up?
gosh, were you
was just-
reminiscing back the Real Housewives of Dallas 5th season when I fell down the stairs?
Yeah, probably. Yes, exactly. But I have really weird dreams like that, like where people are dying or somebody's falling off a building or like it's horrible.
That is horrible.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah,
Don't.
well-
If you know what that means, people that follow me, please do not message me if it's bad. Just
I know
let me.
it's gonna be. You're gonna witness my murder, and then
I know,
I'm
right?
just
telling
preparing you.
I'm telling you, it's
Do you
horrible.
ever have dreams where you wake up like still mad?
Oh, I mean,
Like specifically like at your husband? Like is there something he did in
Yeah.
your dream and you wake up and you're like, oh, you're not done yet?
yeah. If he's like an asshole in my dream, like I will be really annoyed with him.
Yeah,
the
like
next day.
what?
Yeah.
What happened?
For a period, I would frequently have dreams where Zach just pissed me off. And this was a few weeks ago, one morning we woke up and he was like, I had a dream about you. And I was like, that is so nice. And he was like, no, you made me mad. And I was like, what'd I do? And he was telling me, and his was a valid reason. And then I told him that he had been in my dream. And I was still mad when I woke up. And he was like, what did I do? And I was like, well, you made me hold something heavy while you were ordering Starbucks. And then I asked you something about like if he missed my butt. And he said no. And that pissed me off.
Oh my god.
And I made him actually apologize in real life for it. And he did.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I've had some. I mean, I wish I had those dreams. I'd much rather have those dreams than like dead people dreams.
No. Well, and and have you ever had a dream where you were walking somewhere? Like when I was little, I used to always have the same dream that I was riding my tricycle, and then I went down a step, but the step never finished, came to a fall. Like I just started falling.
I've had a lot of
Yeah.
dreams where I'm in a Suburban and the car, I'm driving it, but from the third row. And I have like all this like obstructed view. It freaks. I've had this dream at least once a year.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys ever had a dream that you're like peeing your pants?
No.
And then you pee.
And then you really have to go. You wake up because you really have to go to the bathroom.
No.
I have, yeah.
I have that dream all the time too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to tell you guys about this amazing new service that I found called Framebridge. This actually, I have to not take credit for it. Stephanie has used them many times before and absolutely loves them. Framebridge makes it easier and more affordable than ever to get your favorite things framed. I did not realize how expensive it was to get things framed until someone gave me a gift. And they had this gift framed, and I thought the frame was so ugly. And so I took the item out of the frame, and they were like, "Where'd the frame go?" And I was like, "I threw it away." And they're like, "Are you kidding me?" It was very expensive to have done, but it just wasn't my style. So I ripped it apart and reframed it. But what I love about Framebridge is that you can add a gallery wall to your home office, or you can send in a foolproof gift.
Stephanie and I
Brandi and I sent a gift to Andy Cohen from Framebridge.
Really?
Yes.
So, Brandi, tell him because you're the one that actually ordered it.
Yes, I did. I don't think he knew it came from us, though.
You did not say.
I did, but I don't know.
What was the gift?
We framed pictures of him and the baby when he first had the baby.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
we had
sent
it
to
directly
him.
sent to him.
That is nice.
Yeah, and we
You're
did
welcome, Andy.
Yeah.
What I do love is so you can either upload your photo to have printed and they frame it for you, or you can send them an item. Like they just sent me, so I ordered this print online and I thought it was expensive enough to where it should have come framed, but it didn't. It just came rolled up. So I sent them that rolled up thing in the mail. They sent me a prepaid postage thing and I sent it to them, and they're going to send me my item fully framed.
Oh, that's amazing.
It makes it so easy because just going to a frame store really stresses me out. You've been to a frame store, they're very messy.
Yes, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan. But it is super easy. And yes, I've used them multiple times. So highly recommend.
Well, the experts at Framebridge will customize your frame for your item, and they will deliver your finished product directly to your door, ready to hang. Instead of the hundreds you pay at a frame store, their frames start at $39, and all shipping is free. Plus, our listeners get 15% off their first order at framebridge.com when they use our code WeeklyDose. Get started today. Frame your photos and send someone the perfect gift. Go to framebridge.com and use promo code WeeklyDose, that's one word, to save an additional 15% off your first order. Again, just go to framebridge.com, promo code WeeklyDose, one word. That's framebridge.com, promo code WeeklyDose.
Okay, we are so excited because we have Brit with us. She has a podcast called BZen with Brit. And like Trey said, we met her at a podcast event and fell in love. And then we heard that she could tell, our future or whatever she does. So we're very excited about this.
Obviously on that.
Yeah, I want to know, what do you
I've
give
never
your-
had astrology done to me.
What do you, how would you say your title is? We were
Yeah.
talking about that.
Well, I would say people call me an astrologer, but I also am really into numerology and tarot, which we're going to do some tarot reading. So I guess I'm just an all around, I don't know, intuitive. I would say intuitive.
Oh.
And it just kind of happened naturally. I started doing it for my friends, and guys, you'll see. It can be shockingly accurate. I'm so excited.
Oh, I am so
This is
excited.
rocking my world right now. Okay, can you explain this? We were talking about this earlier. What does it mean when Mercury goes in retrograde?
Ooh, what a good question, especially because we're right in the thick of it.
Oh, are we?
Um,
Oh, crap.
You
Don't do
guys,
anything.
yes. I think that's why everything with my travel was messed up this morning. So, Mercury Retrograde, this session started September 9th, and it goes until October 2nd. So, we are right there, just, pushing through. And basically anything with communication, travel, any sort of files you need to send, things can just get really messed up.
Oh.
Trey, have you had an experience? Is that what you needed to know?
No, we were just talking about it because Stephanie usually doesn't leave her house during Mercury in retrograde. or
outside of Mercury Retrograde, but especially then. So we both have we all have a friend, and she's always like, Mercury's in retrograde. Don't make any big decisions. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, well, I don't do that anyway. It's do I want to go to the grocery store or do I want to order Chick-fil-A? And usually I say Chick-fil-A it is.
That's a big decision.
But yes.
Those are, they can be a big decision.
Huge decisions in life. Yes, huge decisions. But yeah, Brandi had never heard of it, and I was like, I was like,
what's that?
Well, it happens 3 to 4 times a year. So we all survive it. It's just things kind of get hectic. So, yeah. Yeah, we're making it.
Crazy.
We're
Do you
doing
think
it.
it has anything to do with like Queen Elizabeth dying on the 8th, and then
Ooh.
everything kind of.
Well, in numerology, 8 is a day of power. So,
Oh.
I mean, it's interesting that she did pass on a day of power because obviously she was in a position of power, but I don't know. I'm not sure if that could have anything to do with it. That might be above my pay grade.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So interesting.
Okay, well, I'm
The
excited.
cards do not tell me that.
I'm excited to see you in action.
Okay, well,
Yes.
who wants to go first? I have all of your birth charts. It's been so much fun just digging into all your personal business.
Oh, I love that.
You guys are all just fascinating, fabulous people. So Does anybody want to go first? Who's going to volunteer?
I want Brandi first.
Brandy.
Yes.
You're brave. Well, it's your first reading ever, right, Brandi?
Yes.
Okay, exciting. So let's talk about your big three first. And in astrology, your big three are your sun, your moon, and your rising. Your sun sign can tell you about like who you're meant to be. It's your essence, your ego, if you will. It's like how you contribute to the world. So it's where you shine. You're a Cancer sun, so you're very nurturing. Your friends might not be shocked to hear that, but Cancers are very nurturing and they shine when they are mothering, when they are taking care of things. It's a very maternal energy. And I know you're a mother, so it's something that comes very natural to you. You shine in that area of your life. And that's really kind of how you show up. But then when people get to know you better, your moon sign comes out and your moon sign is in Virgo. So that means emotionally, deep down, you're very earthy and solid. So even though you have a water sign as your sun, you have an earth sign when people get to know you. So you're very grounded. Again, Virgo's nurturing, but more balanced. So you're able to like look at the details, figure things out. You're very much able to separate yourself from your emotions at times when you need to. That's very Virgo, because Virgo is the sign of service. So you want to like help people. You want to show up for your friends. You want to show up for your family. And Virgo energy is kind of how you do that. You stay balanced. And then last but not least is your rising sign. And you have a Gemini ascendant. So it makes so much sense that you're doing podcasting because you're a communicator. People with that placement have the gift of gab. So you're just like such a fun mix of air, chattiness, of an earthy interior. People can really like count on you. And a really soft, nice, happy, shiny, motherly kind of vibe for people.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, does that feel right?
That is
Yeah.
very
I want to hear
Brandi.
your reaction.
I love
Okay.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. Yeah, I would say I'm very, very nurturing. I try to handle everything. I actually
Wow.
don't
Yep.
I am very much that person that I try to take on everything myself and I want to help others, but for some reason I don't want to let others help me.
Okay, that's your Virgo moon, honey. And now that you know that, so I actually I wrote this little Dolly Parton quote down because that's what I like to think about when we're doing astrology. Find out who you are and do it on purpose. And when you know more about your birth chart, it's just like kind of a tool. You know, it's not something that dictates your life, but now that you're like more aware of that, you can think next time you start to give too much of yourself away or like you start to get worn down, you can remind yourself, hey, that's my Virgo moon. I need nurturing too, and I'm going to stop and I'm going to make that space for myself. And it's just like a good reminder to kind of keep you balanced and remind you of what you need also. So that's why getting to know our birth charts can be really helpful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh.
I love
Exciting.
it.
Okay,
So
good,
fun.
good. Okay, who's next?
Stephanie,
Perfect. Yeah.
Stephanie,
I
okay.
give it to her.
Stephanie, you're so cute. Your chart is really fun.
Oh, thank God.
Well, you have a lot of Gemini placements. So let's talk about your big three. You have your sun in Gemini, which means where you shine is communication. You're a listener. You're a talker. You are meant to show up in life as someone who gets to kind of like enjoy the lighter side of life. Like that really is part of your purpose. Everybody's sun sign contributes something different to the group, right? So whereas Brandi's the nurturer, you are the chatty one that gets people talking, that gets people engaged. And that's kind of like your job in life, right? So that's where you shine. That's where you really succeed. So that's your sun. So you're doing your thing. You're living your purpose. We love to see it. And then your moon is in Cancer. So it makes a lot of sense that you guys are such good friends. You have a lot of really similar placements, just in different areas. So when people get to know you better, they realize that beneath the chatty, super fun exterior is actually someone who's really nurturing, sensitive, and kind. People can count on you. That Cancer energy, just like with you, Brandi, it's nurturing. It's the sign associated with femininity, motherhood. It's the person that if you're feeling sad, you can call up your friends with Cancer placements and you can be like, okay, I need a hug. I need a good meal. Like, what are we going to do? And they'll be there for you. So that's really what you give to people from your heart. And that's what you need also. So just like with Brandi, you have to remind yourself if you ever start to feel like, okay, I'm nurturing everybody else. You also have to be like, okay, I'm going to stop. This is my Cancer moon. And I need to also maybe take a spa day, ask for a hug, let somebody hear me out. So that's kind of the same thing with you. And then your ascendant is Aquarius. So you have that in common with Trey. But
I'm like, this is awesome.
it's fun, yeah. Your Aquarius rising means that you are someone who is not afraid to just like be yourself. Aquarius energy is unique. It's somebody who is, the maverick, the innovator. They're very future thinking. They love technology. They love being up on like what's new, what's happening. So you're very much like a seeker, and for you, it's important to like stay in the mix. And I know that you said you like to be at home a lot. Mm-hmm. That's your Cancer moon, 1,000%, because Cancer rules the home. So you do have to recharge. Like that's important.
Yes.
You know yourself better than anyone. But when you are just like having a good time, usually you're learning something new. You are involved in, communicating and learning new things. So that's kind of your vibe in a nutshell. Also a great blend of different energies. We love it.
Stephanie's like, my Cancer moon said I can't go today.
Yeah,
Sorry.
My
it's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
You're like, I have to honor myself, okay? The astrologer told me, so,
Exactly.
Good excuse. Okay, Trey, you have 2 Aquarius placements in your big 3 and a Scorpio moon. Oh. So you are double air. When people first get to know you, it's like the first 2 layers are Aquarius. Oh. So they get to know you and you're like fun. You think outside the box. You encourage people to like be themselves, do their own thing. Same with you. That's that Aquarius energy. It's all about, wanting to learn new things and bring people into like the future. And then when people get to know you, it's like, okay, that's how he really is. Great. And then they all of a sudden realize, wow, there's a lot of depth. Because your moon is in Scorpio, and that is the deepest water sign, in my opinion.
Oh, you're so deep.
Mm-hmm. You're very deep and intense, and you need to feel that intensity. I know you just got engaged. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm sure he's someone who makes you feel very intensely loved and cared for because you need that loyalty. Scorpio placements. I have a Scorpio moon also. So it's exciting to meet another intense person. And so we might come off as really lighthearted, but we're very sensitive, and we need a lot of love and loyalty. And
Amen.
Yeah, amen. So that's what you're working with.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay, so I know that you also recently did an astrology chart on Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson.
Oh, yes. Ooh, true.
Okay, so now that they've broken up, tell me why they were not compatible.
I think it was more having to do with like the craziness than their birth charts because their birth charts were actually shockingly compatible.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They had the same, I'm trying to remember because it was a few weeks ago. They had the same, I think it was, they had the same Mars sign in Sagittarius, I believe, which means they both like adventure, like when it comes to like the bedroom and, I know, I'm just telling you astrology. No, but they're both like very adventurous. And then they have the same Mercury in Scorpio, which means they like to talk about really intense things, which I think we kind of see that in the media, right?
Yeah.
Pete Davidson talks about mental health. Kim Kardashian tells everything about herself. So I think like on paper, it was really good. But I don't know, it must just be like where they're at in their lives and then just like Hollywood media craziness, I kind of think.
Yeah.
But I think they were together for a reason. I think they like learned something from each other.
Interesting. Well,
which is
that
what we all do, right?
Yeah.
That's why we're in each other's lives.
That is true.
So
Oh, I love
interesting.
it.
So interesting.
So do you want to know anything about like your compatibility with one another? Do you have any questions?
Absolutely.
Can we solve
Yes.
any problems?
Yeah.
Like I'm at your disposal. Ask me
Yes,
anything.
Okay.
I have your charts.
Are we doing like tarot cards now?
We can also do tarot cards.
Oh,
I brought my
first-
whole bag of
But
goodies.
let's do
yeah.
compatibility-wise. How do we all go together?
Well, compatibility-wise, you guys go together really well, thankfully. I mean, it makes sense because you guys are all friends and you have a great show together. So I wasn't surprised to see a lot of compatibility, but it's really cute the way that I can see you guys interacting because I'm a fan of the podcast. I listen. And it's definitely like the connection between Stephanie and Brandi. You guys have that Cancer connection, but also the air sign energy. So you're able to like laugh a lot. You have a similar sense of humor. You're both quick. You can like just chit chat with each other. And then you also have a sensitivity towards each other. You can tell like, okay, like she needs me to, go see about her, or I need to like check on my friend. So y'all have like this really good balance of fun and nurturing and like loving energy. So you can really like count on each other. And then Trey, you bring this like, again, another air energy with the Aquarius and then the Scorpio moon. So you guys have a lot of air and water, which means, so air is about communication. So you guys are able to communicate about fun topics, but also watery topics. So you might not realize how many people you're affecting emotionally in a positive way because of what you're saying. because you guys do have those placements. So I kind of think, obviously the universe, God is doing what, we only know a little bit of it, but I definitely think it's for a positive purpose that you guys are like sharing and being open on the show.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Well, and then I looked at your like birth charts and how they connect. And so there were a couple of interesting things that stuck out. So I'm going to share those with you guys. So Trey and Brandi, you guys have a North Node Pluto connection. Which
I knew it.
Oh,
did you know it? You're like, I've never done that. And that means that there is a lot of positive transformation that can come from your friendship.
Ooh, that's so interesting.
So you're in each other's lives to help each other grow and transform in some way. So you'll probably, realize different ways you kind of rub off on each other. Do you see that in y'all's friendship?
Oh, yeah, we're in it to win it, baby.
Yeah.
But Pluto is like the immovable force associated with like Scorpio. So it's a very strong placement. Like, yeah, I don't think I think you guys will be friends for a very long time. Exactly. And then Trey, your North Node is also conjunct Stephanie's Pluto, which this is bizarre. I have never seen this when I've done a reading for like a group of friends. So Trey has the same connection with Stephanie that he has with Brandi.
Oh,
like
that's
what?
crazy.
And that means the same exact thing. It's like there's a lot of connection and there is a chance for you guys to really help each other grow and transform in a positive way. We look at those in astrology as soul contracts. So it's like you made a promise with somebody that you're going to help each other in this life. So whenever you have like a snag or whatever, you got to remember there is a bigger purpose because you guys do have these connections. And not everyone has these connections with their friends or even with their family members.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool to see. And then Stephanie, your North Node is conjunct Brandi's Venus and Saturn, which means that together as a duo, you guys can be very creative, Venus. You can also make money together, Venus. We like that, creative, money, okay? And then Saturn energy is, that's like the stick-with-itness. Saturn is like your discipline. So when you guys are like on point together, you can really like create anything you want. Venus energy with Saturn. So it's like when y'all are on a schedule, when y'all are supporting each other, the sky's the limit.
Oh, I love
So
that.
that's really great to see.
So are we going to have our spinoff soon?
Oh, we have to ask the cards.
Guys, we have to ask the card. Yes, that's where the tarot cards come in.
That's our
We
cards.
should do a reading on the spinoff. I heard that episode when you guys like, then you pitched it and then Stephanie kept being like, and then they stole it or something.
Yes, they gave our show away. We should definitely make
by the
money
way,
off there.
Trey sent this to us. Basically, it's not doing so well.
Yeah, I heard that Bravo hates it.
Oh,
So
well,
this was like a blind
they should have
item.
had you guys.
Yes, and I was like, well, that's what you get when you steal our show idea.
That's karma. That is karma. What can we say?
Exactly.
Okay, so let me ask you, based on each of our charts, what should we look for in a partner?
Ooh, of course, the Scorpio moon would ask. Well, for you, Trey, loyalty. Number one, you are attracted to loyalty and someone that you can really count on. Like you need that trust. You need to feel seen. We all need to feel seen, but Scorpio moons are very, they're very deep and serious. They don't really get close to like a lot of people. So when you do get close to somebody, you really need to know they're like all in 1000%. So someone who's really passionate about you that you have fun with can bring out like your lighter side, the Aquarius energy in you. Gotta have fun with them.
Very true.
Yeah. Does your man do that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. What about Stephanie?
Stephanie, for you, you need someone that makes you feel safe.
100%. Yep.
Cancer moons need to feel safe
Oh, that was spot
and
on.
nurtured.
100%.
Well, okay, I love it. Well, and it's so true. I mean, you have to feel safe, nurtured, loved. And when you feel that way, you can really let your guard down, be yourself, and enjoy your life. But if you don't have security, you're not going to be happy.
100%.
1,000%.
I have to feel safe in life. Agreed.
And then, Brandi, your Virgo moon needs to feel like, okay, so Virgos, so I have a Virgo sun. So I'm all about the Virgo energy. Virgos really need to feel like what you said about how they kind of give, and then they deplete themselves. Well, Virgos are really good at seeing what's wrong in situations and they can like figure out how to fix it. So they tend to burn themselves out. They burn the candle at both ends. They get really tired. You need someone who says to you, stop, sweetheart, it's time for you. Like you need to feel that back. So sometimes communicating with your partner and saying, I noticed this about myself And it would mean a lot to me if you would, if you notice I'm getting in over my head, will you like come in for the save? Will you, send me on a spa day? Will you sit down on the couch with me and watch a movie? Like, you just need someone to kind of slow you down and see you. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. That's what my husband does for me, and I need it. I'm like, because I can just be going, and, yeah, we need those people that balance and ground us.
Like, come play golf with me. Just sit
That'll
on
relax
the
you.
golf cart.
Does that relax you?
If you're drinking it,
I'm
does.
drinking it.
There you go. If you can go to the spa afterward, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Compromise.
So let's ask probably the number one question that Stephanie and Brandi get.
Number one.
Will Real Housewives of Dallas come back?
Oh my God.
What a
that's
good question for the
hysterical.
cards.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. So for these types of readings, I like to do one card for the past, one for the present, one for the future.
Okay.
So that can kind of like help us see the whole picture. So let's get like the most recent past. What was the energy surrounding Real Housewives of Dallas?
Ooh.
I felt like it was
super dark.
was
If it's not dark, then
Then it's not, then the
the
cards are lying.
Are lying.
Let's see. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. That is a lot of work and focus on money.
Definitely a lot of work.
8 is the number of power and money. So the focus was on money, power. Okay, let's get one clarifier for that.
definitely.
I want
maybe
something
for some
dark.
people.
Yeah. 2 of Pentacles, balance. So it's funny you say that because it was almost like all this work wasn't worth it. 2 of Pentacles is somebody who's kind of like, oh my gosh, like I'm pulled in this direction and I'm pulled in that direction. If you look at her, it's Rue McClanahan here, my Golden Girls deck.
Oh, I love
mean,
it.
it's like you're in the middle, but it's not really worth it. Okay, let's see what the present is. Like, what's the energy around it right now? We know that, is it like on Reddit or did you hear
no,
people are like buzzing
people
about it?
always ask.
It's like
Speculating?
Well, I also think we have old cast members that maybe are like, yes, maybe,
Real hopeful.
yeah, like
Yeah.
They're not
I don't
afraid
know.
to let the
Maybe they'll-
rumor
maybe
exist.
they will help the rumor along.
Okay, 2 of Wands in the reverse. In the upright, 2 of Wands is all about like looking into the future. In the reverse, it's about there being no future.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. When
Oh,
the
no.
tarot is just too truthful. But let's get one future card.
Yes. Okay.
Just to see. Things can change. You never know.
Oh, I'm not sad either way.
Okay. In the future. 8 of Wands in the reverse. No.
No.
She's a goner.
Yes.
It's not happening.
It's not. So you heard
At
it.
least not
It's
anytime
not
soon.
happening.
Sorry,
Yes.
it's been confirmed. What a good question. I love like the
Such a
pop
good-
culture
yes,
tarot, you know?
Such
Get
a good
into it.
question.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh my goodness. What else, Trey? What else can you
Let's
think of?
think of a question. Okay, so is there any sign that, like, in relation to our sign that we should look out for? Like, it's like, do not hang out with a blank.
What a good question. Like every sign has an arch nemesis,
Oh.
of course.
Oh, I need to figure out what that sign is and the people that I don't like.
She'll
if
give
they
you
are
a list of names.
So, okay, so let's start with you, Trey. Since you asked such a good question, you're an Aquarius.
Mhm.
So, as an Aquarius, you really have to watch out for Pisces.
When were they born?
March.
Okay.
Because so Pisces are so like emotional
Mhm.
that you get really. It's like you get drowned by it.
Yeah.
It's not like the Cancer crab. There's grounding there. It's different. Trey, yeah.
Do you know who this person is?
No, I don't know. I think it's someone.
Find your enemy and then see when they were
I
born.
know somebody born. in
They're
March.
probably a
D'Angelo was in
Pisces.
March.
Oh, really? That's
Stop.
funny.
Was she your
Interesting.
nemesis?
No. But,
No.
Yeah. The
But
day's
could
young.
be.
Right, the day's young.
Could be. We don't know. And then, so for people, let's see. You're a Gemini.
Uh-huh.
I would look out for anybody that kind of like tries to ground you like a Capricorn. Because Capricorns are all about like, okay, we need the details, slow down, we're building something. And you're like, wait, I'm trying to have fun. So that would be kind of miserable
Okay.
for you to spend too much time with a Capricorn.
Okay, perfect. If you're a Capricorn, do not be my friend.
Yeah, stay away from her, okay?
Cameron's a Capricorn.
Oh, okay. Well, she's kind of, that makes sense because she really does try to control
I don't
the
know. I was
situation.
just
I don't
joking.
know.
That's interesting.
Her birthday's in January.
Oh,
Mm.
I wish I had like their birthdays. We could speculate.
Yes. It
Interesting.
It is.
makes,
January.
I mean, Cameron and I get along now, but she likes people to like behave.
Wait,
so
what
maybe
month
that
is a
makes
no-no
sense.
for you?
Capricorn?
Capricorn.
What month is that?
That's like around Christmas.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, is she
January
Christmas?
18th
January 18th when it starts.
is
Yeah.
her birthday.
Oh, that's
that's
her
her birthday.
birthday. Is she an Aquarius then, or a?
Oh, she's not a Capricorn. Who would be a Capricorn?
I don't know.
Oh. I don't know.
No, I don't know. I'll find out though. If anybody's around the
Brandy.
holiday and it's their birthday,
Stephanie's not
If you get
celebrating
invited to a
you.
birthday party
I'm gonna
around
be
the
like,
holidays,
we cannot be friends
just
anymore.
don't go. Yeah.
You tear me down.
And then, Brandi, for you, Cancers really struggle with Taurus people because Taurus is very like grounded, and sometimes it's almost like you guys are the same in a lot of ways. So it's almost like too much of the same, but like you're the more emotional side of being grounded, and Taurus is the very like solid, more I need to build in the material and figure this out way of being grounded, if that makes sense. Yeah. So there can be like some butting of heads with Taurus and Cancer.
And what month is that?
That is, well, Stephanie, I know your husband's a Taurus. We talked about that at the party.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what month it is off the top of my head.
May.
Mm-hmm.
May 4th.
Oh, I definitely did not get along with my brother, and he's May 7th.
Okay.
Actually, all of my
There you go.
husband's siblings are like May. They're all like born about the same time, so you do not like any of them either. No May
You got to
people.
stay away from them. But yeah,
Mm.
you never know. We have free will. Everybody, you know, people are going to come into your life. Sometimes they might seem like they're not compatible, but it's funny because even with those people, you tend to grow in a certain way that you need to, right? It's like,
Yes.
Let me ask you, how does like the astrology chart and like the tarot cards mix with like religious? Is there any sort of like correlation there?
not
really?
really. Like, I think that everybody has a different belief system around that. And, you know, there are some religions that take into account, like, I know, like, there's a form of, like, Jewish mysticism that does involve, like, some numbers and things like that. But for the most part, it's really, like, a spiritual practice that's separate. So there are some people that, you know, like, I still believe in God, but it's really like a personal choice. And I look at this as a tool that as long as you're not trying to, like, channel something creepy, it's all like the intention you put on it. Like when I do a birth chart reading, I don't look for like what's bad about somebody. Do you know what I mean? If someone asks me like, hey, I'm struggling with this, I can try to find that and like give them some insight. But really, it's like you can use all of this stuff to like make you happier, to help you understand yourself better, to help you understand your friends and like the people you love. So it can make you more compassionate, and there's a good way to channel it. But yeah, people can definitely go dark with it.
Yes.
Like the Ouija board, all that kind of woo-woo stuff. I don't like all that.
I agree.
That's scary.
Okay, I feel like we have to ask questions with these cards, though,
know.
because this is fun.
Here, ask a question for me, and I'll ask one for you, and then we'll ask a question for each
Okay,
other.
so
that's
Trey,
fun.
so can it be kind of an open-ended question?
Yeah,
Okay, so
sure.
Trey, business-wise, where he's going to be, or do you think that there's another area that he needs to explore?
Interesting. A business reading.
Yes.
Let's see, Trey. Let's get you in the present. Let's see what your
Okay.
energy in business is right now, today. Okay, 3 of Wands. Thinking about the future. Passionate about the future. Like you're very future focused right now. This is Sophia with binoculars on. She's
those
looking to the
rainbow
future.
binoculars?
I love it.
Yes, rainbow binoculars. So that's you.
fitting.
And then, okay, so let's see. What's coming next for you in business? 7 of Cups in the reverse. Sorry, I keep meaning to show the camera. 7 of Cups in the reverse. So this is a card that's all about choice in the upright. In the reverse, it means like you either already know what you want to do. So like there aren't a lot of choices, not like in a bad way, but more it's like you're focused and you kind of know. Do you already know?
Yeah, pretty much.
I kind of think you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's pretty let's get another clarifier. But yeah, there aren't a lot of things coming in to distract you right now, which is good.
That's good.
Let's get some clarity on that future. 10 of Pentacles. Well, it's going to be lucrative, whatever it is.
Oh, thank
So,
God.
I mean, that's what we really needed to know.
That is.
If there's
good.
one thing that you've been focused on,
Yes.
this could also be a little bit of advice, like not getting scattered. So if there's one thing that you're focused on that you feel intuitively is going to benefit you financially, that's what you're supposed to focus on.
Oh, okay.
Cards are flying
to
everywhere.
know.
There's a lot of energy there.
I love it. Okay, Stephanie, ask a question for Brandi.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, this is a question I really want to know because she always talks about one day maybe moving.
Oh, this is such a good question.
Location-wise, where do you see Brandi? Do you think she'll stay in Dallas? Do you think she'll move? Do you think, like, long-term, where will she be?
Okay, let's see. Three of Cups. So this is you guys. I don't think she's moving away from you guys. Not anytime soon, at least. I mean,
I love it.
I don't. Yeah, you guys are like eating cheesecake, doing the podcast, having fun. I mean, no, I don't think you're going to move anytime soon. Are you going to move? You're like, we're moving next week.
Well, they're building they're renovating a house.
States.
So
States.
hopefully not soon.
Healing. You're doing a lot of healing right now.
Oh.
Which is impacting your decisions about moving or not. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like you might, but it won't be anytime soon. And there are certain lessons and things that you are actually like working through right now that you need to be in Dallas for.
Oh, that's good enough for me.
It's like
I love
you're in a
it.
very specific period of time right now where you're like learning some new things and growing through something. And then after that's over, you'll feel it.
Yeah.
And that might be when you move. But yeah.
That's very accurate.
Brandi, do you have any
Love it.
questions?
No, I mean it's very, very accurate though. Like I'm definitely going through some things mentally, physically that I'm dealing with, internally. Yeah, and so that's accurate. But
Do you
it's
want
all
to get an
good.
advice card from Spirit, like a positive word?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get like a good word of encouragement. Because we all need that. We're going through stuff. Let's see. Something good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ace of Cups. Your cup runneth over with happiness. So that means that like this period obviously will pass. This is the card of happiness. It's like I'm so full of joy that like it's overflowing in my life. So this is where you're heading once you get through this time of like growth, learning, dealing with more painful things. You know, you're just in a period of growth. And yeah, that's what's coming for you. And I think that focusing on the things that make you happy right now while you're still in like a transition period and still kind of going through some of the darker things will help you to get there faster.
Yeah. Okay, so this is so strange. Before I got out of the car, a song was coming on and it was called Fill My Cup.
Stop it.
I swear. And the guy
That's
goes,
confirmation there.
he goes, listen to this song by so-and-so. It's called Fill My Cup, and it's not Fill My Cup with pumpkin spice latte. and then
Whoa.
he started singing. But anyways, it was called Fill My Cup, so I feel like
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, well, sometimes like your angels, so that's another topic, angel numbers, all that. But one of the things that I feel Spirit will communicate, it's like when you really need that positive word, you need to know that it's real. It's not just in your mind. Like a coincidence like that will happen.
Yeah.
So I think your angels are giving you a pat on the back, telling you like, yeah, things are going to be going well, and they are going well. You just got to, we just got to pull ourselves up and keep moving sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah, you know how that is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what is something that each of us, like Spirit wants each of us to know?
Ooh, yes. Love that. Let's see. We'll start with you, Trey. What is a message for Trey? Ooh, the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is about passion. You right now are in a period where Spirit wants you to follow your passion. Like
Ooh.
whatever makes you feel. See, this guy's like riding into battle.
Yeah.
Like
That looks
what?
like you on a daily,
It's you.
on a
Oh
daily
my-
basis.
It's definitely you. Yes. So obviously,
Your sword.
So whatever like lights you up, pay attention to that right now because you're in a very positive period for pursuing your goals. Like things that you pursue will go
Yeah.
well. So yeah, put your
I feel
energy, put it all in there.
I love that.
It's a good one. Okay, Stephanie, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? Ooh, the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so this is telling us that I'm going to say, because I read your birth chart also, there's something with you about like having this sense of like, it's like this inner strength. And so like in the upright, this is someone who's strong. And then in the reverse, this would be somebody who needs to like remember just how strong and confident they are. So I think the universe or your angels are trying to tell you, you are a badass and like just remember who you are
I love
at all
it.
times.
Spirit said you're a bad bitch.
Yes,
That's what Spirit
good.
said.
Pretty much,
That's
pretty
what
much.
Spirit said, okay? And then let's get another good message for you, Brandi. What does Spirit want you to know? Ooh, the Six of Swords in the reverse. So this is all about moving away from something. When you have it in the reverse, it's about staying where you are. So for you, this means you're in exactly the right place that you're supposed to be right now. So, so just trust it. Yeah.
Ew,
Have you ever gotten anything like really bad out of your tarot cards? Like someone asked.
Yes.
Really? Like what?
Well, one time I was on another podcast that we won't mention, and I was like doing a reading, and this girl was asking me about her boyfriend, and I got like the breakup card.
Oh no.
And it was, and I had to tell her the truth, right? But I was
How'd she
trying to
take
deliver, not well. I mean, but then we like did a reading. So then I stayed after. A lot of people will have me like stay afterwards and they ask like the real questions. And then we kind of like had a little talk through, figured some stuff out. So I think it was like ultimately good, but I didn't want to like put her on blast on the podcast. So I had to like kind of navigate it, you know?
Was she totally shocked by this?
Yes, because she was kind of in that stage where it's like, have you ever been in that situation where you kind of know that you're ready to break up with somebody, but you just don't really want to face it yet? She was there. And so at first she was like, wait, what? And then we talked later and she was like, okay, yeah, there's some things. And we're still friends to this day. And he's no longer in the picture. So it all works out, you know.
Yeah.
It all works out.
Yeah.
And she's happier now, so.
Oh my gosh, I do have a question that is not even about me, but it's about my husband.
Okay.
Okay, so he has a really big business transitional thing happening with a family member right now, without giving too much away. And it has been like kind of a nightmare for like the past 2 years. And it's kind of on the verge of either happening or not happening for like the third time.
Oh, wow.
So how is that going to work out?
Okay, let's do the past, present, future 3-card thing because that can help us. So in the past, what was the energy around the situation? Like, why did it not work out? What was going on? 10 of Cups. So this is like emotional fulfillment. You said this has to do with his family?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So without knowing very much, maybe this makes sense to you. It does have to do with something that feels emotionally fulfilling to him in one way. Like maybe it's a close relationship he has with someone, which could be influencing the way that he was operating. I don't know, but it's like a positive relationship that he has with someone was negatively affecting the business. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Maybe?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
kind of. I don't know. Okay. So let's see. Where is he now with it? The Lovers in the reverse. So the Lovers is a choice. Is he feeling stuck right now?
A little bit, yes.
That's kind of a stuck
like there's
energy.
like it's not moving. It's just kind of there, and there's not a lot of control on his
Yeah.
end.
Let's see. What would be the next thing that Spirit would have him do? Like,
Okay.
what should he do next to like move things in the positive direction that he wants them to go? Let's get the energy for that. 6 of Swords in the upright. So for you, Brandi, it was in the reverse, saying that you need to stay where you are. For your husband, it's saying he needs to make a choice and make some moves right now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like right now, he
Yes.
needs to make some
Like a time
decisive, like some decisive moves.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
To move
very
away from
accurate,
one
too.
Would that
thing.
be
Is
affected
it?
by the Mercury?
Mercury and
If he
Retrograde.
can wait,
Wait.
if he can wait to
till the
sign a
6th.
contract.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a contractual
Till the-
thing.
till the
So,
Yeah.
okay. Till the
Yes.
third. Okay.
What are some of the craziest things you've discovered about people in like pop culture?
Well, okay, so one of my best friends, Raven Gates, she was on The Bachelor in Paradise. Do you guys have you heard of her?
Yeah.
Well, so she actually had me do a reading the first time she had to change her wedding, and they did a write-up about it on ABC or BachelorNation.com because she like talked about it. It was this kind of crazy thing. It shocked all of us. I mean, it shocks me just as much when I get something like crazy. But basically, I did a reading on she and Adam, and it said that they were not going to be able to get married on the day that they planned. And there was really no reason. Well, fast forward, it ended up being 2020. COVID. They had to push
wow.
it. So we were all like, okay, that's kind of crazy. And then I've done like readings on her and like on my other friends. And it's pretty crazy the kind of things that we can plan out. It's like our little secret weapon. They'll like text me like, hey, okay, I need to take a test or I need to do this. When should I do it? And I'll just like, I'll go and find the right dates for them. And we live by it. So it's kind
That's
of,
amazing.
it's very helpful.
Okay, then I want to ask. Tell me about my wedding.
About your wedding.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yes,
Is it going to be a
yes,
disaster or is it going to be amazing?
Oh my God. I know you're going to have fun no matter what.
That's true.
So You're so hilarious. Okay, let's see. Let's describe. What do the angels want you to know about your wedding?
I kind of love a good disaster. It keeps things interesting.
Knight of Swords.
That's me again,
You're coming
on
up
the
with
horse.
knights constantly. So there's going to be a lot of passion, a lot of decisive action.
Ooh.
Y'all are going to be making decisions right and left. That makes sense for a wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get some more clarity. What else? Ace of Cups. You guys are this is so weird. Y'all's birth charts were similar. You're getting the same cards. You guys are like soulmates. Okay, but Ace of Cups. So your cup will runneth over with happiness. There are going to be a lot of tears of joy. It's going to be a beautiful
I feel like,
day.
should I marry Brandi instead?
Maybe. You guys, maybe. Maybe in a past life you were married.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Easily. And Stephanie was your child.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine? That's why I'm so messed up.
That's why you asked. It's all your fault. 10 of How's the budget?
Oh, I didn't make one.
You got 10 of Pentacles.
Lord.
You're
It just
getting.
costs what it costs.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe that's
so
why you're going to be
good.
making so much money because you're going to be
thank
spending so much money.
Goodness. So that
That's
means it's going to be an
amazing.
expensive wedding?
It's going to be expensive, a lot of happy tears, and like a lot of action. So I think you're going to love it.
I feel like
yes.
It's going to be
Right.
perfect for you.
Hey,
Perfect.
that's the recipe for a perfect party.
Yes.
That is-
yes.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so any other like amazing pop culture revelations you found?
Culture, let's think. Oh. I did predict. I'm like, I'm trying to think. So I have a YouTube channel where I like do tarot readings, and then my podcast is also going to be going up on there. But I do so many, and people will message me and be like, "Hey, this came true." One of them that was weird was I did a reading on Ben and J-Lo, and I predicted like when they would get married, but it was like way before when they kind of just like started dating again. And people were like, they'll send me requests. They'll be like, "Will you do a tarot reading?" And I did a reading, and I was like, "Okay, well." Kind of crazy, but it seems like it's going to work out. They're going to get married, and I think it'll be like in about a year. And then it happened, and I didn't even realize I had done that because, you know, it goes up on YouTube and you just kind of forget about it. And I was getting messages from people being like, "Oh my God, it came true." And they were sharing it with me and with their friends. So that's really fun. So that one came true. What else came true?
Okay, this is an important one. Is Jen Shaw going to jail?
Well, I can already tell you that.
Yeah, we don't need the cards for that one.
Yeah. Well, let's pull one for. How's she? Never mind.
How's she doing?
I was going to say something. Let's see. The Emperor. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, she is in a position where there's a lot of people in power, Emperor energy, that they know what's going on. I mean, that's not great when you're talking about jail. Let's get another one. 10 of Wands. Look at that. Like a
Just carrying a lot.
back-breaking burden. Yeah. I don't want to be too unkind because I actually think this is really coming true for her, and I think it's going to be really bad.
Good luck, girl.
Oh, my God, you guys.
So she has a lot on her.
And it's going to be happening pretty quickly.
Yeah.
How long? What does that mean? Just quickly?
Knight
it's
of Wands, I'd
November.
say in the next 6 months, she'll probably be in jail.
Oh my God.
I know.
Wow.
Wow.
We'll pray for her. We're going to send her good vibes. Maybe the angels, you know.
I'll be like, oh,
We'll
toodles.
send her a good word.
Honestly.
That is insane.
This has been so much fun. I could talk to you
Yes,
all
me
day
too.
long.
Yes,
I just
know.
love hearing everything about everybody.
All the
You have
tea.
a lot going on. Tell us everywhere we can find you.
Oh, thank you.
You are a busy lady.
Oh, wait. One more question before you do this. One more that everybody wants to know. Okay, this is not even about us. Beverly Hills. Are they going to have a big cash shakeup?
Will Lisa Rinna be
Are
fired?
they going to have a big, cash shakeup? Ooh,
Yes.
interesting.
Oh, by the way, speaking of, I saw where she said that she was
LeBron
The
James.
LeBron James?
yeah, and they couldn't afford to let her
I
go.
heard.
Yeah.
I'm so sure.
Two of Pentacles in the reverse. It was like they were trying to balance something, but it's not. Like, it was already difficult to balance in the first place. This is that balance card, like what we got with Dallas, actually. Weird. But this is in the reverse, so it's like even more difficult right now for them. People are starting to talk about like how, okay, this is really isn't worth it. I'm thinking people behind the scenes, producers. Let's get another one for that.
Interesting.
That was Stephanie every season of
we have
Dallas.
to.
Seven of Pentacles. Obviously, all the women on the show are fighting to stay on. They want that coin. Seven of Pentacles. They want to keep working. Do you guys want to know about Lisa Rinna in particular?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to know? Yeah, Trey
Absolutely.
does, yes.
This is for her. Knight of Pentacles. I think it's going to be like a slow phase out. The Knight of Pentacles is like, see how this person just has like one coin, and this is a knight, but this is like the slowest knight in the
gives
deck.
me friend of
so
vibes.
it's exactly. They're going to slowly, I think, friend of her, and then it doesn't look good.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Oh my goodness. Well,
and I used
good
to love
riddance.
Lisa Rinna, but then she kind of got a little unhinged, and I don't know.
Stephanie was the biggest Lisa Rinna fan until she wasn't.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's a part of me that like
That's
still
why if you just
loves
don't
her.
watch it, then
Of
you still
course.
always
Yes.
love them.
Right, we
Like,
still love her. Like
but
I
she's
want her to
not
do
had
well,
good-
but
yeah,
Yeah.
she's not had good years. I want her to like be the old Lisa Rinna that I like.
yes,
Yeah, like
we
I
miss the old
love-
Lisa.
Yeah, like I loved her
The
in the
sweet
early
Lisa.
years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's a
Um,
Cancer sun, so she
Oh.
has that sweetness. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with her.
Okay, Brandi. Last question.
Oh, will we have some type of spinoff?
Ooh,
Oh yeah. Will
yeah.
we get,
oh my god,
will
I can't believe we
will
almost
get,
forgot.
will we get
to
our
ask that.
show that we created that they stole away from us back ever?
Yes, the show that was stolen. It's a very good one to end on. See the past of it. What happened in the past with it?
Is somebody running
Ten
away
of
with
Pentacles,
it?
guys. You are getting so. Look how many cards are in this deck. I have
are
gotten the Ten of
rich.
Pentacles for the third time. You guys are just. You have money and abundance just dripping off you. That's
is so
that's
good to
Okay,
hear.
so they saw money with that. And so, I mean, that makes sense. So they used it for themselves. They thought it would be
Yes.
lucrative. Okay. And then what about now? So that's why they took it. What about now? What are the chances? Oh, Eight of Swords is like stress, but it's like stress that it's like self-imposed. And this is not you guys. This is like the people who are in the planning process, the people who do this, the producers, they feel like, for some reason, they feel very stressed out about the idea of pursuing
So
the
I saw a
show.
blind item because they filmed like a Simple Life remake with Sonia and Luann. And apparently Bravo doesn't like it.
I was just going to, who would watch that? Like, and I
I
love
don't know.
all of the Bravo shows. My mom and I, like, we watch the shows that we spill the tea. Like, that's our little bonding time. But yeah, I don't know. Sonia and Luann, like, I just can't see it now. And so we have the world card for the future, which means that a lot of things are changing, I think, over at that network. So I think that this means that, like, once things really start to change, I think they're kind of figuring out, like, what's still popular, what doesn't work. I do think there will be a huge shakeup. And, you know, as the world turns, you guys might wind up back on the top of the heap. That's what tends to happen, right? It's like everything is kind of balanced. So they went the other way, didn't work out.
Now
They
they're
might come
shaking it
knocking
up.
at your door. So
Now they're shaking
you
it
just
up.
keep being you. You guys just keep being fabulous. They'll be back.
Oh,
That's what I think.
Fabulous.
I think it's
love
gonna
you.
happen.
Thank you so much.
Oh, who would know?
Thank
This
you
is
guys so
fun.
much. And you guys can find me at on Instagram at BZen TV, on YouTube at BZen TV. I produce a television show on ABC the first Thursday of every single month at 1:11 a.m. Angel Number. It's a women's talk show.
Ew.
We're in our 6th season. And then I also have a Yay Networks podcast, which is how I met you guys. And it's called BZen with Brit. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your podcasts.
I am so excited.
Amazing. This was so much fun.
Thank
This was
you
so
so
great, you
much.
guys. I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
reading you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for
having me.
Oh my gosh, thank
Awesome.
you.
All right, Brandi, where can we find you?
At Brandi Redmond.
And it's Steph Hollman.
And you can follow our podcast at BS the Podcast.
Bye.